Hello my lovely Aquarians, welcome to your reading for May 2020. I hope this reading finds you well, safe, healthy and happy. Even in lockdown, you know, we're learning a lot about each other, about ourselves. It's self-isolation, but I feel like there's never been a stronger sense of community. We're in this together, and this too will pass. And so let's work together. I hope this reading brings you some solace, some insight, some joy in what's ahead for you. This is a general reading for you, my lovely Aquarians. It's a reading for Aquarius sun, rising and moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So have a listen to that as well. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there that's going to be specific to you. So let's have a look here at what is in store for you, my lovely Aquarians. The message that's coming through for you really clearly is you've been doing a lot of thinking. You've been actually stuck in your head a lot. There's things that have been going round and around and around in your head, and it's about really speaking those words out, voicing it, articulating those words, journaling, in whatever form that it takes for you. But that you need to now start taking action with what's been going on in your head. So it's time to get that energy moving. I just feel like the energy is really building in intensity around your and working with it. Make things happen. Give it form. Give it form. That's what's coming through for you, very much so. Very, very much so. Because I feel like that's also been has been playing a part in sort of slowing things down for you. Where you feel like, I want to move ahead with this, things aren't flowing. That's what's slowing things down. You're overthinking something. You're overthinking things, which is creating resistance. And it's in that creating of resistance that slows down whatever actions you're wanting to take, whatever movement forward you're wanting to take, whatever plans you want to make. So it's about losing that resistance. It's about allowing your soul to speak to you, allowing that inner voice to speak to you. When you're making choices and decisions, if you're thinking about things and you're using your mind and you're trying to employ logic and getting caught up in all of that, and you make a choice and decision and it makes you feel cold, it makes you feel, sort of, you get a pit in your solar plexus, there's just this, it doesn't feel right. Then if you haven't already made that decision, or if you have, change the decision or look at it where you're actually feeling into it. Listen to your inner voice, follow your inner guidance, and you will find that things start to flow a lot faster for you. They start to open up. There's a flow that happens. Instead of trying to control what's going on around you and the choices that you're going to make, just let things evolve and things will fall into place naturally. The universe has got you. So that's very much the message that's coming through for you this month, my lovely Aquarians. And it's going to vary in intensity for all of you, because obviously you're all different. You've all got very unique natal charts, but that's the general energy that's coming through for you. Okay, so let's start with May. Let's see what's unfolding here for May. You've got the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is about reviewing. And so this is all part of your decision-making process. This is all part of the thinking that you've got going in your head. It's about things, there's triggers, things are coming up from the past, or maybe you're reminiscing on how things were and how you want things to be. So there's a time of real review coming up for you. It's the Judgment card. It's allowing things to come up to the surface. So there may be triggers for you. There may be in isolation. If your job's been put on hold, it might be time to rethink what you're doing and how you're working and where you're working. Maybe there's an online course that you want to take. There's retraining doing in this time of isolation, if you are in isolation. So it's a time of redefining. It's a time of learning from the past. It's allowing past lessons, past situations to come to the fore so that you can review them. So there's a real time of review coming up around you, and that's sort of from the very beginning of May. I want to say that timing's different for all of you, okay, because your natal chart's different. So listen to past months as well, because sometimes that's what's going to come through in May for you. It's sort of it's fluid, you know. Don't have that resistance and just investigate different months. See where it sits with you. But that's what's coming up for a lot of you for May. And it's how well you do that and what you learn from it and what plans you lay from it, because then you've got the Seven of Coins, the Seven of Pentacles, and this is about laying down those foundations. This is a time of laying down the foundations. This is a time of sowing your proverbial seeds, fertilizing the ground, planting your seeds, growing your seeds. They do show me things in metaphors, so this is what I'm seeing, and that to me is what goals do you want to set? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to put in place? It's now time to put those crumbs out. It's now time to plant those seeds. And then it's about being patient and watching those evolve, because it will take you to where you're wanting to go. It will take you to achieving the goals that you're setting. They will come to fruition, but that's going to take time. It's not something that's going to happen immediately. You're not going to start doing it and see results straight away. It's going to take work. It's going to take nurturing. It's going to take care. It's going to take effort. And then you're going to start seeing the rewards of the efforts that you've made, of the things you've put in place, of the processes that you've set up in May. That's going to evolve as the year goes on, because what you're seeking here, this is about being in the home. It's about an appreciation of family, of friends, of people around you, of connecting with the community, feeling safe and secure. It's about this is what you're working towards. This is your desire. This is where you're at. So this is really about the family, the home, and good friends. Friends are family as well. So it's about feeling emotionally at peace, feeling emotionally balanced. And if you're not feeling emotionally balanced, that's your resistance. And so it's time you need to lose that, because that's just going to trip you up. That's just going to slow down the process. Lose the resistance. You're exactly where you need to be to grow at this particular point in time. And what your desires is to have that peace and tranquility. And that's one of the goals that you're setting, that you're going to be looking at setting in in May. If you're not in a relationship, I'm hearing if you're not in a relationship, then it's time to sort of start losing the resistance to that and start putting things in place to make that happen in your reality, because that all starts within you and your thinking with your emotions, with your soul. Listen to how your soul's speaking to you and what you want to put in place. That's going to be very, very important for you in the month of May. And it's also about this is about feeling balanced, about feeling in harmony with your soul, with your whole being, not just with your mind, but employing your whole being, all your senses, your sixth sense, your sense of intuition. Find that balance, find that peace and harmony, and with that, the resistance is going to just drop away, and you're going to be able to move forward. Your mind is what wants to analyze everything, that wants to solve problems, that wants to take control. And this isn't a time of taking control. It's a time of just letting things evolve, let things flow naturally, let things sort themselves out. And they always do, without you overthinking things, which creates that resistance. So find that peace and find that harmony. Do things, have a bath, light candles, spend some time meditating, sit out in the garden, whatever it is, whatever brings you, play with your pet, whatever brings you that sense of well-being and balance, that's going to be really important for you in May. So that's something that you're going to be working towards. And if you're feeling resistance in the beginning of May, then find that peace, find that balance, connect with your soul, think with your heart, listen to that inner voice. Get out of your head and start to put in action plans that you've been thinking about. Time to take. We progress through May. You've got the King of Swords. Wow, this is a very imposing figure. This is male or female, but the energy that comes with this. First up, I want to talk about the energy that's around you here. This is about being confident. This is about taking control. This is about really making decisions, knowing what direction you want to take, knowing what decisions you want to make, and being listen to, knowing that when you want to create what you want to create for your reality, the universe is behind you. It will flow, it will follow through in your wisdom. In your wisdom, in your strength. So kings are very strong, and they're used to being listened to. They're used to having things happen, taking control of that sort of, this is, clarity of, these are the plans that I want to make. This is what I want to set in place, and know that the universe is behind you. So there's that confidence about the decisions that you've made, about the choices that you've made. There's a confidence that comes with that. For some of you, well, this is very much your suit as well. This is Aquarius. So this is you. This is you stepping into your own, stepping into your strengths, stepping into what you're wanting, being confident about where you're headed and what's up ahead for you. So this is very much you. Feeling really empowered, feeling really strong. And once we start making decisions and once we start putting plans in place, it is an empowerment for you to do that. You are going to feel like you can start putting things in place and moving forward. I really like that. Then as we progress, you've got the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is, first up, what I want to say to you is it's about feeling emotionally, it's this new phase in your emotional state, in your emotional being. There's a discovery of yourself, of how you're feeling emotionally, how you've changed on an emotional level, how you feel stronger on an emotional level, and where you're headed on an emotional level. For those of you that are seeking a relationship, this is the sort of the planning of putting in place how you're going to go about that. You might be online, you might be using those dating apps and connecting with people. This is in the initial stages of a relationship as well. It's also about putting your thoughts on paper, I want to say. It's about writing your thoughts out. It's about emailing. It's about connecting. What are you planning on doing? What are your thoughts? This is planning. This is all planning. What's in your emotional, what emotionally do you want? What are you feeling you need? What do you feel? What plans are you feeling you would like to put in place? So this is about your feelings. So what are you thinking about? What are you feeling you need to put in place in order to move forward? This is the planning stage. This is the wanting to go beneath the surface, really exploring situations, really exploring things. Really exploring plans that you feel emotionally connected to, that you feel really strongly about. New learning. So whether you're learning online, doing some online courses, developing skills online, there's a lot of great things that you can learn online at the moment where you've got the time to do that. There's new learning, there's new thinking, there's a new stage coming up for you. There's this new chapter coming up for you, and this is towards the third week of May, where there's new learning. It can be just a new way of thinking, a new way of being, and this building on skills you've already got to launch a new project or a new plan as well. I tell you, there's a lot that's unspoken for you because my throat chakra is really really mucking up here. It feels really tight, and when that feels like that, it's like, well, what do you want to journal? What do you want to write about? What do you want to speak about? What do you want to email to someone? It's about reinventing you, being a new you. Swords again is very much Aquarius. It's a suit for Aquarius. This is your suit. This is what defines you. Where So there's a new start in who you are, what you're going to do, what you want to learn, building on past skills, building on past knowledge. So there's new learning coming up for you. There's a new phase coming up for you towards the end of May. And that's laying down these foundations of what's going to evolve, because I feel like when you go into June and July, things are going to start opening up. Things are going to start falling into place. And where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in that process? Do you want to be ready to move ahead? And there's an opportunity here to prepare yourself in order to move ahead. You know, it's about overcoming. You have overcome obstacles. You have overcome challenges. You're working on the limitations that are set around you and building on that. So you've got one. You know, there's all the challenges behind you. They're behind you, they're done. And you're taking with you what you've learned, you defining what your life's purpose is, what brings you joy, what is it you want to do moving forward, how do you want to work, and how do you want to define yourself? What have you learned from all of that? So that's behind you. It's now time to move forward and not take all that, you know, sort of difficult times with you. Just take what you've learned from that, how it's defined you, how have you grown from that? What information have you gained from those things? Knowing what your passion is, knowing what gives you joy, knowing what you want to do, how you want to earn an income. It's all there before you. It's all there before you, because by the end of May, you're going to be offered a passage out of difficulty. You've got a lot of swords here, which is you. It's defining you. And there is a passage out of difficulty. There is an end. So by the end of May, sort of beginning of June, you're going to start seeing things open up. You're going to start seeing opportunities there. You're going to start seeing the situation, your situation's going to start changing, and you're moving on to calmer waters. You're moving on to new ventures. You're moving on to an opening up of your world. So there is this movement, and it's about being balanced and being in harmony and not overthinking things, but really following your gut, listening to your self-talks, listening to your soul speaking to you in what you need to put in place so that you're ready by the end of May and into June to move forward, because there is that forward movement for you. There absolutely is a forward movement for you. I'm going to give you draw a card now from the Angels of Abundance. So let's see what the Angels of Abundance has to offer you, has to say. There it is. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. It says quiet retreat. Quiet retreat. Let's see what is in there for you. Quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Well, that speaks very, very clearly of the theme that's coming through for you in May. Absolutely. So there's some really pearls of wisdom for you. This month I'm actually drawing a card from my deck of the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Absolutely beautiful deck. Given that Mother Earth, that Gaia has sent us all to our rooms because we've been naughty, and she's repairing herself. So let's see what words of wisdom she's got for you, what she's giving you for the month of May to be aware of. Let's have a look at what that is. Let's see what card let's see what card she's going to give you. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Let's see. You've got the Seven of Fire. Seven of Fire. And this is about, it's absolutely wonderful, it's about tapping into your inner resources, tapping into, you've got the lotus there, so that's about stillness, it's about meditation, it's about really speaking to the self, it's about speaking to the self, it's about manifesting, it's about conjuring up what it is you want to do, what direction you want to fall in. You know, she's sort of got a snake around her wrist, which is, to me, this is about rebirth. Snakes are about rebirth when they shed their skin. It's about rebirth. You've got these two they look like cats, almost like foxes really, but there's a dark one and a light one. This is the subconscious self and the conscious self, bringing that into alignment, and that's about bringing that into balance. Meditating on what it is you want. What's your life's purpose? How do you want to move forward? This is the energy that's being offered to you. How do you want to move forward? What is it that you want to do in this new horizon, I suppose, this new chapter for you that's coming up? You can redefine yourself. That's pretty amazing. I hope that you find this helpful. I hope that it resonates with you and gives you some sort of guidance through May. Stay safe, stay healthy, find joy in the small things, connect with your loved ones, connect with your community. I wish you many, many blessings, Aquarians. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book a reading from there. Many blessings to you.